and talk about the rest of this month's TBR. I do have a different selections for the rest of this month, for the month of July. So let me go ahead and share and read each summary of each book that I have for the month of July. So my first one is just a little romance book. This is kind of a palette cleanser if I'm reading any series, any fantasy, and this is by my favorite romance author, which is Lucy Score, and that's going to be not part of the plan. Look at this cover. It's stunning. So freaking cute. But it does say in the back, he's the kind of man who would talk to you into dropping your panties in a coat closet at a party, dole out orgasms like after dinner, mince, and then never call you again. So it sounds like a little like booty call situation, but basically photographer Nikolai is a love him and leave him bad boy with a leather jacket, motorcycle, and a sexy ass sin grin. So this sounds like a rom-com, a little small town romance, and I just love that he's like the typical stereotype bad boy. And then it says he's not Emma Merrill's type. The feisty brewery manager isn't impressed by Nico's charm or his no-strings-attached offer. She's the kind of girl a man settles down with, and the small town of Blue Moon is where she and her sisters have decided to put down roots. So Lucy Score, if you guys are ever looking for a rom-com, fast read for small town romances, Lucy Score is the girl to go. I love her books. Even the Knock Me Out series, favorite series by Lucy Score ever. But this is so cute. This is like, I think, 300 pages. Yeah, 302 pages. This is a really fast read. Again, I did pick this as a palette cleanser if I'm ever reading or needing to take a break from a fantasy book. But you guys, this cover is so freaking cute. But her sisters are included, so I'm wondering if her sisters have other books as well. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. But that does lead me to the next book. This is also a palette cleanser for me. Anytime I want to get out of slump or, you know, take a break from fantasy, take a break from romance, I do resort to thrillers, and this is The Perfect Marriage. This is by Jeneva Rose. I have read one other book by her. I will put it right here because I don't remember the title, but I remember the cover. But this is also a palette cleanser for me. Any thrillers, any mysteries, Stephen King books. I typically read those when I need a break from any romance at all or any fantasy. But I've heard so many good things about this book, this story in particular, because I think The Perfect Divorce came out, I think, not too long ago. But I've heard so many good things, and this has been on my TBR for so long, so I've decided I need to read this month. Like, it needs to get done ASAP. But basically, Sarah Morgan is a successful and powerful defense attorney in Washington, D.C. As a named partner at her firm, life is going exactly how she planned. But the same cannot be said for her husband, Adam. He's a struggling writer who has had little success in his career. He tires of his and Sarah's relationship as she's constantly working. Out in the secluded woods at the couple's lake house, Adam engages in a passionate affair with Kelly Summers. But one morning, everything changes. Kelly is found brutally stabbed to death, and now Sarah must take on her hardest case yet, defending her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. That already has sold me off. Like, the fact that the wife has to defend this man, her husband, who has cheated on her, but then his mistress is dead. Like, girl, give me more. And it's really cool because her husband is a writer, so I'm wondering if this will be like a story that he's writing, or if it's actually like the real case, the real story, the real plot, and if his wife did it or if he did it. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of excited to see where this story goes. But yeah, this is just another book on my TBR that I kind of want to read if I need a break. But that does lead to me to the Eden series. I did read the first 3 books. The first 2 books I loved so much. I think number 1, the first book, I loved more than anything. Book 3, I absolutely despised book 3. And this is book 4. This is Jasper Vale. So I think this does talk about Jasper, and Jasper is, I think, the best friend to the last main male character in book 3. I hated Foster Madden, I think was his name. I hated Foster Madden. He was not a great character. That was written. But anyways, I do love the Eden series so far as like a whole, so I do want to complete the series. So yeah, this is book 4 for Jasper Vale, and this is about Eloise. So Eloise, Eden's pride and joy, is her family's hotel in Quincy, Montana. Her lifelong dream is to own the Eloise Inn. All she has to do is to prove to her parents that she's the epitome of responsible. So basically, I remember Eloise, that no one really took her seriously, that she was young and really didn't know how to be taken seriously. So I do remember that mentioned in the last book. And then it says, until after one weekend in Las Vegas, she comes home married to a stranger. So I don't know if I'm gonna like that, the fact that she's gonna be married, but I kind of like it because it's like, what are they gonna do? Now that they're married, what are they gonna do? And of course, it is about Jasper, so Jasper and Eloise are gonna be married, and I just cannot wait to see what happens in the 4th book. Hopefully I like it. I've seen others like it, and after book 3, I just really need something to redeem this series. But yeah, Devney Perry is a really great author. She just came out with a fantasy book, I think Shield of Sparrows. That book everyone has loved, so I really don't know how she writes her fantasy world. I'll definitely be reading that next month. But this is Jasper Vale. It's part of the Eden series, and it is book 4. So yeah, this is on my TBR list for the rest of this month. I do have another book. This book my boyfriend actually picked out from my TBR cart. So this is Nevernight. I did get this entire trilogy, I think, at Barnes & Noble, and I honestly went into it blindly. I specifically got them for the covers. The covers are beautiful. They're all white books with this displayed on them, and it is written by Kristoff, so this man right here. And let me tell you guys, she is stunning. But basically, it's in a world where the sun's almost never set. A woman gains entry to a school of infamous assassins seeking vengeance against the powers that destroyed her family. So I love that. I love a great FMC who's seeking revenge, because they are badass. So that alone, wow. And basically, daughter of an executed traitor, Mia is barely able to escape her father's failed rebellion with her life. Alone and friendless, she wanders a city built from the bones of a dead god, hunted by the Senate and its thugs. But her gift for speaking with the shadows leads her to the hearth of a retired killer and a future she never imagined. Now, Mia is apprenticed to the deadliest flock of assassins in the entire Republic, the Red Church. Deadly trials await her within the church's halls, blades and poisons, treachery and death. So this book really sounds like it's going to focus on who her character is. It's also going to focus on the trials and eras that she has to go through. That's what it sounds like. It sounds exactly like the first book of a trilogy. It sounds like it's really going to focus on her character and where she's going to go with the trials in her journey of seeking revenge. And I just love that. A bad FMC is just going to literally suck up my soul, my mind. But yeah, this is written by Kristoff, and this is Nevernight. So this is so cool, and of course this is book 1. This is definitely on my list for this month, so I'm excited to read this as well. And next one, this is a trilogy as well. The 3rd book just came out. I didn't get book 3 because they don't have the paperback as of right now that I know of, but I did get these books at Target, and this is Spark of the Everflame, and its 2nd book, which is Glow of the Everflame, and these are beautiful covers. Beautiful freaking covers, and the edges as well. Stunning, literally stunning. But yeah, I didn't get book 3 because it didn't match with the whole paperbacks and the sprayed edges, so it was really just a hardcover, and I was like, no, I'll wait. But I did get them at Target. There was like a little sale. However, this I've heard so many mixed reviews on, so I am intimidated to read this trilogy. However, I have been captivated it with little spoilers on TikTok. I did stop watching the spoilers though, because I'm like, no, I need to read this trilogy. I did see it on Kindle Unlimited first, but I never started it. And then when I saw the paperbacks, I was like, yep, I need to get this. And this does have Fae, I believe. But the summary of the first book is, In a mortal world colonized by the gods and ruled over by the Descended, their cruel magical offspring, Diem, Bellator yearns to escape her poor village. Her mother's sudden disappearance and the discovery of a dangerous secret about her past offer Diem an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of Descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. With the dying king's handsome, enigmatic heir watching her every move and a ruthless rebel alliance recruiting her to join the growing civil war, Diem will have to navigate the unwritten rules of love, power, and politics in order to save her family and all of mortal kind. So I love that when politics in a book is mixed with love and power, and not only is it the king's heir that's watching her every move, I just love that. It seems like a natural enemies to lovers story within this realm, and I just freaking love that because that also reminds me of the current book that I am reading, which is A Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I did read the trilogy, The Kiss of Deception, in middle school. I did do a current reread for that series, and then I decided, you know what, this has been on my shelf for so long, so I did decide to start it, I think 2 days ago. So yeah, I'm also currently reading this book, but this little series, oh my gosh, I will have book 1 read by the end of this month for sure. However, it is gonna lead into next month, the month of August. But yeah, you guys, this book just seems so grasping to the mind because it's like, I love fantasy, I love romantasy, I love the natural enemies to lovers, I love when politics and the world building is just so good. So hopefully all the good reviews I've seen with this trilogy, hopefully it is the same for me. But yeah, this is the Spark of the Everflame series, I believe, yeah, the Kinder's Curse saga, so I just definitely cannot wait to read this series. I'm just excited to read all of the books for the rest of this month because I know there's going to be so many books I want to read in August, especially if fall around the corner. Like, that's perfect. But yeah. So yeah, this is the rest of July's TBR, so wish me luck. I definitely wish all of you guys a happy reading month, and I cannot wait for fall.